This is a brief video to demonstrate the proper way to complete the Davidson-Davie Community College EMS program, Shift Worksheet. This demonstration is meant for students as well as preceptors. If you have any difficulties or questions, please contact the clinical coordinator, Joseph Wilson, via email or phone as noted on the Shift Worksheet. The EMS program Shift Worksheet has 2 pages, front and back. First, we will be looking at and discussing the front page. Students should fill in the areas noted. Your name, the date, the agency or site, the unit, the shift start time, the shift end time, the total shift hours, and your preceptor's name. Next, we can look at the entry rows on the front. For each patient encounter, the student should denote the following: the age and sex of the patient, your general impression and/or differential diagnosis of the patient, your findings, such as AVPU, sample, and OPQ or ST, a summary of what you did for the patient, and circle which type of patient it was, whether ALS or BLS. Next is the rating for this patient encounter. First, the student should evaluate themselves, whether they felt competent or not competent in each of the categories, or if the category was not applicable for this patient, then place your initials for your self-rating. After the student has evaluated themselves in each applicable category, the preceptor should evaluate the student in the same categories, and initial to confirm same. The next column, labeled Team Lead, should only be initialed by the preceptor if the student conducted a comprehensive assessment, established a field impression, determined the patient's acuity, formulated a treatment plan for the patient, direct the treatments being delivered to the patient, and participated in the transport and transfer of the patient to a higher level of care, or terminated care in the field. Preceptors, you can see the full definition and objective of team leads on the back page of the worksheet. The last column on the row for the patient encounter is for the preceptor to comment anything that they feel needs immediate attention for the next patient encounter. As you can see, there are rows for up to 6 encounters. If you have more than 6, just use another front page and make sure to enter all the same information in the top section, such as student, date, agency or site, unit, time in, time out, total hours, and the preceptor's name. Now on to the back page. Again, the student should ensure that the information about their name, the date, the shift start time, and the shift end time are filled in. The next area is for the preceptor to comment on anything good or bad that the student did or didn't do during the shift. Preceptors, please be honest and give an accurate interpretation of the student. Students, do not take offense to anything that the preceptor writes about you. This is only to help build your abilities and proficiency. The area just below is for the preceptor to give any suggestions for the student to work on for the next and future shifts, building up to an overall plan for the student's success. Again, please be honest and accurate. Next, we have the area that represents an effective evaluation. Preceptors, please mark the items as you find appropriate for the student. We are almost done, but still have some of the most important items on this worksheet to cover. Students, it is imperative that you ensure all the data and information required is entered onto this form. It will only assist you more for when you are entering your contacts and skills into FISDAP. Students, as you can see, you should be signing each of these worksheets. By signing, you are attesting that this was you and that you have your interactions noted on it. If you do not sign it, you will not get credit for anything on the worksheet. Students, it's also your responsibility to ensure that the preceptor signs your worksheet. It's the preceptor's responsibility to ensure that all information noted on the worksheet is accurate. Preceptors, please ensure the student has completed the areas for where demographic data is entered, such as their name, the date, the agency or site, the unit, time in, time out, total hours, and your name in all the required spots. Once you have done so, your signature will attest that all the information is accurate, and that the student was present during the date and times listed. Also, please print your name in the last area as noted. At the bottom of the back page of the worksheet, you will find the category definitions for each of the areas that need to be evaluated on every interaction. You will also find the full definition and meaning of the team lead objective as it relates to the EMS program. This concludes the tutorial for the EMS program shift worksheet. Please review this video and information occasionally to ensure that all aspects of the shift worksheet are being completed correctly. And again, if you have any questions or concerns, please contact the clinical coordinator, Joseph Wilson, via email or phone as noted on the shift worksheet.